Now, Russia continues to intensify its attacks on Ukraine as the war now enters 47th day. Russia is relentlessly bombing Ukrainian cities and intensifying attacks in the country's eastern parts. Russian troops launched a massive missile strike at the Dnipro airport. The airport administrative building and runway suffered severe damages. Russia has also announced strikes in Dnipro and Mykolaiv area, along with Kharkiv regions, while 66 artillery attacks were carried out across several regions in the past 24 hours. The death toll has also increased to 57, while 109 were wounded in Kramatorsk's train station attack. 52 were killed. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky accused Russia of targeting European projects. He said that Russia's actions in Ukraine would lead to a catastrophe that will inevitably hit everyone if it was not stopped in time. Now, the city of Mykolaiv has been destroyed completely by Russian troops. The city has been bruised, battered. Ukrainian troops are leaving no stone unturned to give a befitting reply to invaders in Mykolaiv. They have seized more than 115 tanks, and we're looking at trucks with heavy ammunitions that are now under their control. India Today exclusively speaks to Sergeant Victor about this situation. Let's have a listen.
This is a symbolic picture of how the Russian forces are facing a stiff, aggressive Ukrainian defense force. This is a Russian truck, Ural, that you see on which we are standing, and how this has been completely destroyed after being bombarded. This truck was actually heading to a Russian base point where it was carrying cruise missiles, a lot of ammunitions, almost 80 ammunitions that it was carrying to target Bashtanka village. And here you can see that these broken parts, these plates, of course this has been sanitized, but 890 is the number that you see. Some signs of the manufacturing of this Russian truck that was carrying cruise missiles, we are told. And here on the tire, you can see that made in Russia, made in February 1995. So February 1995, made in Russian truck that is completely burnt. Right there, the steering wheel and the cabin completely destroyed. Here you can see that nothing is remaining. They had actually, the Ukrainian forces sanitized this entire area, and this is not the only truck. We are told that more than 160 arms, ammunitions, tankers and trucks loaded with lot of heavy weaponry advanced towards Bashtanka village, which is a residential area. And when the Ukrainian forces actually detected this entire ammunition and this entire advancement of Russian troops, they were hovering around the airspace to bombard the Russian troops heading towards Bashtanka. You can see this is the door that is actually jutting out of this truck. And of course, the attempt by the Russian forces was actually defunct because of the alertness of the Ukrainian forces, who did air raids only after the Russian troops were fleeing. This truck was also fleeing from the location, but before that it met its fate. And here India Today, in fact, is the only Indian crew to reach Bashtanka, which is on the outskirts, far away from Mykolaiv. But all the entire region of Mykolaiv is facing a lot of fire, a lot of battle, combat on the periphery, because the Russians are just on the doorstep at Kherson, and they want to take Mykolaiv, which is the last barrier standing, to capture the entire southern part of Ukraine and cut it off from the sea. With video journalist Parminder Sharma, getting you all the ground reports from the war zone in Mykolaiv and Ukraine for India Today. In good old days, this counter would provide heal and cure and medicine to the people who were sick. But you can see that this counter is turned into a rubble. medicines, burnt, destroyed pamphlets. This counter looks like one dilapidated shop. It doesn't even look like a semblance of a shop. And here you can see how people are picking up the pieces. Here, a doctor's coat, some medicines, some pamphlets, and pieces of decoration. This side was a pharmacy, and here what you see was a bakery shop that ran. It was a very famous bakery by the name of Small Bakery. Bekarna is what they call in their language. And this bakery used to serve pastries and muffins to children. It was a favorite joint for the people of Bashtanka, but perhaps they will have to live with this hopelessness for a while, because the Russian troops actually reached Bashtanka village hoping to reclaim Mykolaiv, which is not very far away, and that's the main city that they would be looking to capture. But it wasn't to be a very aggressive crossfire that happened, in fact, and the Russian troops were actually shoved out of this entire village, but not before there was a lot of destruction as the entire town was razed to a rubble. With video journalist Parminder Sharma, this is Mosmi Singh in Bashtanka, Mykolaiv for India Today.